Hello my ghouls and ghoulies, and welcome back once again to the channel. My name is Dorian Blacklake, and today we are going to continue our Vlad the Impaler playthrough. Now, on our last episode we died, so this time I started a new playthrough and I chose made all the same choices that I made throughout the video. Your weapon clanks sharply against the sword of the bearded knight. A shingle gives way under your foot, and you barely manage to adjust your weight before you slide off the roof to a certain death. The knight presses his attack, and you are forced backwards along the dome of the Hagia Sophia Mosque. Alright. So last time we tried to disarm him and hold him for questioning, and that ended up in our death. I'm kind of intrigued about invoke wind magic, but with 8 in magic I'm not sure how that's gonna work, though our highest stat is 10 constitution, so our magic is not that bad. Let's try it. Creeping closer and closer to the ledge, you seize your opportunity, invoking the winds of Ishkur with a quick muttering as you continue to defend against the knight's attack. Your name will be added to the list of the judge, shouts the knight. You will join your hidden brothers and sisters impaled on the pikes of hell, and your sultan will at last feel the fire. The knight is cut off as a powerful gust of air slams into him from behind and takes the words out of his mouth. He stumbles, loses his balance, gets swept off his feet, and flung him past you. The last you see of the knight is his body plummeting onto one of the spikes of the mosque's fence below, his screams lost in the torrent of air that brought him to his doom. As you look down on his broken body, quickly soaking to red, you realize what his final words portend. They are going to assassinate the Sultan. So now it turns out that we can do magic. Now with this knowledge in our hands, if they want to assassinate the Sultan, but in the beginning he said that he wouldn't set foot in the city, I think the best course of action now will be perhaps to go to the palace, where we can visit the royal artist community. In the basilica we can enter the east gate or explore the crypt. We can return to the catacombs using the crude map that we constructed, or look for markings, or try to find someone. How about the square? Meet an informant. Well, meeting an informant wouldn't be a bad use of our time. Sneak through the shadows. Seek a fortune teller, tell someone suspicious. I think I'll try to speak with the informant. The great square of Istanbul is bustling with people as the sun goes down. You make your way to the Fountain of Constantine, where you are supposed to meet a man named Tariq, who may have witnessed a witch trial earlier in the week. You have no idea what Tariq looks like. His condition for meeting you was that you will show up at the fountain wearing a red scarf around your neck. If he felt safe, he will then approach you. Don't feel too good about this. This could be a trap to try to assassinate me, but I'll put on the red scarf and walk to the fountain. You drape the red scarf around your neck and move into position by the fountain. First, no one comes up to you. After about half an hour, you are about to leave, when a Turkish man in a turban walks up to stand next to you. "I'm Tariq," he says. You reply saying, "If you have seen what I think you've seen, want someone to do something about it, I'm listening." Tariq nods. "I knew one of the men who was killed in the witch trial. He was a good Muslim, a God-fearing man. These brutal persecutions must end. Tell me what you saw," you say. He nods. "It was in the Faith District 4 nights ago. I walked past. Just then you notice a hooded man drawing a knife behind Tariq. You push Tariq out of the way, draw your weapon, skewer the man through his chest. "Behind you!" shouts Tariq. You spin low, drive your sword up into the torso of another hooded man, spraying his blood across the fountain. You look around for other attackers, but see none. The crowd's scream are drawing the city guards. Tariq climbs to his feet. An abandoned storefront 2 blocks from here, at Hasif and Benzal. Tariq says, "That is where it took place." So he's mentioning, I guess, the bazaar. He then runs off as the guards arrive. You drop your weapons and surrender as you are taken into custody, but not before noticing the jackal tattoos on the dead man's arm. They were part of a local gang in Istanbul, clearly hired muscle, but hired by whom? The guards release you after hearing your story. You head to the palace Tariq described. The interior of the empty store is covered in blood and black candle wax. Something horrible definitely took place here. Our constitution and our agility has risen up. We are already almost at just one more turn. But I'm not sure what's gonna happen at turn 15. I'm not sure where to go now. Perhaps the catacombs. I think I'll try to use the crude map that I've constructed. Following a crude map pieced together by clues from your investigation, you wind your way beneath Istanbul, searching for the elusive king of the catacombs, a sort of boogeyman who is said to steal children from their beds at night. As you pass by cairns of stacked stones and other directional markers, you begin to suspect that someone is following you. Now, I could extinguish my torch and wait in ambush, but I remember the last time my torch went out, I couldn't see. That happened when I encountered the bats down here in the catacombs. I don't know, it's very risky, but I guess I'll try and, I don't know. If I can see them, they will see me. Let's try. Luck favors the bold, as they say. You melt into the shadows and wait. Before long, you hear the sounds of shuffling feet in the darkness. There are at least 2 men, possibly 3. You can hear a sniffing, as if they are trying to find you by smell. After a few agonizing moments in the dark, one of them finally lights a candle. You descend on them like the angel of death, Their eyes widen with shock at your ambush. You are surprised to find 3 squat, malnourished men with faces crudely painted to look like skulls. You hand out a series of hard blows, incapacitating them before they can strike at you with their sharp hooks and knives. One runs off screaming, another rolls on the ground, hands clutching the spot of his throat where you punch him. You step on the face of the third and draw your weapon. "Who are you?" you ask coldly. His voice is raspy as he replies, "We are of the cult of bones." "Fitting," you reply. "Where is the king of the catacombs? How do I find him?" The man whimpers and crosses himself as he begins to pray beneath your boot. "Where is he?" you demand. "We don't know. When we see him, we run. We stay out of sight. He lets us leave." You remove your foot from his head and say, "If I ever see you again, it'll be your bones." The cultist nods and scrambles away, gathering his friend to disappear into the darkness. Not wanting to risk them coming back with friends, you decide to vacate the area, content with your victory. Our intelligence and our agility has once again risen up. Now we are at turn 15 of 15, so this is probably going to be the last action that I can take. I do not know what the cistern is. The cistern is probably the how do you call it in English? The sewers. Wait, there was something about a witch. Pale a witch. Tailing a witch might be a good thing. She could know something. She could also put a spell on me and curse me. But I think I'll try. You're following a woman through the crowded square. You noticed a few blocks back that she is wearing an earring with the symbol of Hecate. It is a symbol that only true witches wear in order to recognize one another. You intend to ask her about the persecutions and witch trials to see what she knows, but asking in a public place could be dangerous. That is why you are following her, until she goes somewhere a little more private. However, as you weave through the crowd, a commotion erupts from the other side of the square. A carriage is running out of control through the crowd, its horses in full gallop, its driver missing. It's been a few years since you've leaped into a speeding carriage. You might be able to bring it under control. You would, however, lose the witch. But following the witch is important. But the carriage can do a lot of damage. So I think I'm going to try and stop the carriage. Grinding your teeth in frustration, you break off from following the witch and run towards the carriage. Leaping up onto the edge of a fountain, you launch your body into the air, colliding with a runaway vehicle. You grapple the side of the coach, managing to scale your way around to the front and into the driver's seat. You reach down to grab the reins and jump backwards, causing the horses to decelerate to a violent stop. Applause rises up from the crowd. You secure the reins, then jump down and open the doors to the carriage. Inside is a young man in rich clothes, no older than 16. He looks terrified, shaken. "Are you alright?" you ask. I is all he is able to say before a strong hand slams the door shut in front of you. You turn to find a large palace guard out of breath, but no less intimidating. That will be quite enough, he says, moving you away with a strong hand. Thank you for interceding in the prince's rescue. You glance back at the carriage as another guard climbs into the seat and takes the reins. Prince? You ask. The guard moves you backwards, handing you a coin purse. We will take it from here, he says, and then motions for the other guards to move out as an escort around the carriage. As they leave, you look at the coin purse. In your opinion, the money doesn't make up for having lost the witch, but you can certainly take satisfaction in having potentially saved several lives, ensuring that there is still an heir to the Empire. Our agility really went up in this chapter. So we got a total of 8, 7 intelligence and 11 constitution, with a total of 13 charm. Chapter 6. Sultan Mehmed II is just sitting down into the water of the palace grand bath when one of the maidens attending him loops a length of silver cord around his throat. Alright, so I'm trying to think what I can do here. Obviously, letting the guards handle it is not gonna be good because he'll be dead by then. Curse the assassin with weakness. Can I even do that? I was able to summon the wind to actually throw down the knight that was fighting against me. Slice the assassin's head off. Would I be quick enough to do it? And what if she is... No, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an assassin. Throw a dagger into the assassin's heart, that's gonna be difficult. If she is using a threat, pretty sure she's gonna be behind him, so I'm going to try to slice the assassin's head off. You leap from behind the tapestry where you were hiding and rush toward the assassin. You are just a moment too slow as the assassin gives a final pull and slices through the Sultan's throat. She ducks your sword slash and flees the room, shouting for the guards. The guards rush in. As she leaves, you immediately realize the scene they see. Sultan is lying dead in the bath, his neck slashed open with you. Sword drawn, standing beside his body. With no escape route, you start to stammer an explanation, but the guards ignore you and seek revenge, their swords biting into you again and again and again as they tear you to pieces. You overestimated your own abilities, and you have failed. Wow. So magic is really going to be the way by the looks of it. Well, this has been it for this episode, and perhaps in the next one I'll do better. I'll restart again, choose every choice that I've been doing so far, and once we get to this point, then we can continue. But that has been everything for this video. If you have liked it, you can like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, thanks for watching, and you have a great day.